Hey peeps.
That's okay.
Okay, so basically, just to fill you in, Rebecca, you come around here, you're my assistant. I have a nice unvaccinated 8-year-old assistant, cleverer than any of us put together. Facebook is censoring, and this is censorship big time, because even our editors Robin and Riss, and they're not letting us post live.
My tail's got big too. That's
Whoever said it's a good day, good for you. Maybe you come try sitting here when we're all virtually having seizures just due to the heat. Whatever, guys. Okay, I'm not in the mood for that kind of talk. We have totally off Facebook, is what I'm calling to tell you. We're off Facebook. We're off Autism Mothers. We're not allowed to post on any of Facebook whatsoever. Completely banned. Not just me, not just AMC phones, but all of our editors as well for now. Now I've asked Robin, it's called Robin, asked Robin to take the YouTube, so able to go out on YouTube not censoring us, and nor is Periscope, able to go out on YouTube, and we're going to post to YouTube, if someone can, onto We Are Vaxxed. Otherwise we have to be prepared that this is censorship, peeps, and that's why we go out on different forums, and we are looking for new forums to go out on. For now though, Periscope, if you could keep sharing the Periscope videos onto Facebook, because you won't be banned, so that's how we get over this. Alright, another Gardasil story, guys. Many of you may have heard this story because it's been quite big on social media.
Yeah. Her mom's got a big mouth. She's pissed off. So.
And you have every right to be pissed off. So when people tell us to have a good day, we will not. If we don't want to. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay, so tell us your name.
Georgia?
Macy.
Macy. Now Macy is a big name on social, because you were up there with the Hannah Robinsons and the Britneys and all the others.
Besties. Hannah sends her gifts, and
she's a good girl, Hannah, and she gets attacked by every troll.
That's why we kind of stand in there, and I'm kind of a pit bull for Hannah. I don't like that.
Wait, were you the one that messaged me and said take those trolls down? Was that you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't, by the way, because I
I
couldn't.
know,
They banned me from blocking people. That's the thing. It's just censorship. But anyway, Bella got in there and destroyed them for you.
Yeah. Love
So
her. Go Bella.
yeah, that's all
Team
good.
Bella.
Team Bella. All right. So how many children have you got?
I have 3 children.
And where do you fit into that?
Middle child.
Born on my birthday. Very
And-
special present.
Very special. And you're about to be 16.
Yes, on 24.
Now, you, mother, you were, I presume, pretty pro-vaccine if all your children were vaccinated.
My mom had died 5 days after my son was born, so I have no brothers, sisters, no mom. So for me, going to the doctor was, I dressed them up in hair bows and new dresses, and we're going to the doctor, and they're going to tell me they're in the 90th percentile, and aren't they wonderful and perfect? And you know, it was a production to go to the doctor. It was the only person I had in my life that said, "You're doing a good job, and your kids are okay, and they're healthy." So not only were they there for every shot, they were there before time. This kid got her shot for 7th grade and 5th grade just to get it out of the way. I mean, I thought, hey, great, there's nothing wrong with those. There's, you know, little bottles of white fluid. She used to say, her and her sister would say, "Face your fears," and stick their little arm up and get them. And now I think, you know, I drug my children to be poisoned.
You know, it's really interesting that you say that. I never thought about it like that. So basically, I wonder how many of us really did think, without subconsciously, that these doctors were reassuring us that we're good parents.
That's the only thing I had. I didn't have a sister. I never grew up with any kids or an auntie or anything. I was, you know, I needed somebody to say, "Oh, look, you're doing good. Look how healthy they are. Look how beautiful they are. Look how good they're growing." They were always in the 90th percentile, whatever the hell that ever meant. But they were always, you know, and then it was shot. And, you know, I never put 2 and 2 together till, I didn't even put together what was wrong with my son until after Macy got sick. You can see here, this is much later. But
Who's this?
my son, he's now 17.
And how old is he here?
5?
Yeah, his eyes aren't right there.
Well,
What's
when
that
he
all
was
about?
3 months old and he got, or whenever he got, no, it was older than that. When he got the MMR, his left eye turned in drastically. They put a patch on it and said he had a lazy eye. The kid screamed.
Lazy eyes, guys, wake up. Lazy eyes are a real vaccine injury.
The kid screamed and screamed so loud that he burst a hernia and had to have emergency hernia surgery. And I still didn't ever come back to the vaccine, ever. Chase now has an IEP at school. He struggles horribly with comprehension. They call him the Enigma.
Wait, how old is he now? 14?
17.
17.
He's on the football team, wrestling
Bless him.
team. If you met him, you'd say, God, that's a good-looking boy. You know, he's so charming and funny, but he can't remember anything.
So your vaccine injuries, we will get into, was that the reason you woke up to all of this fact? Was that what did it?
That was what did it. And it took me months to even figure out what was wrong with her. Her dad took her when she got the shot. It was 2 years ago. She was 14.
And now, who told you the shot was a good idea?
I wasn't there. The doctor told her father.
Why were you at the doctor's?
Just a checkup.
No,
right?
you were there to get, she had just finished competitive swim team.
Oh, yeah.
And
Swim
she wanted
season.
to cheer and swim in school. So she needed a sports release.
So it was one of those things, I know I did that with my son, where you go to the doctor and they check you over and check you're okay to go and be in the sports
to
team.
be in sports. So that was what she was there for. She came home crying. And she's never cried from a shot. She said, that's the most painful shot I ever had in my life, Mom.
Well, tell us what happened. So you're in there with your dad.
I was in there with my dad and my little sister, and they were we finished the whole checkup saying that I was okay. I was clear to do any sport I wanted to for the season. And then they had brought up that I needed to get a shot to go into, was it to go into the 7th grade. And I had to get it, and I was like, she told my dad.
Meningococcal. Menactra is what she got.
And she told my dad all this stuff, that I needed to get it, just basic stuff on the shot, just why I needed to get it, that I was old enough to get it now, and that she just wanted to get it off, check it off for my shot record. So my dad didn't really know that much, so we just got it. That's just basically how it went. It just seemed like a normal check off type of thing.
Until she came home and she was crying.
So this wasn't the Gardasil, you didn't have...
Yeah, it was both.
Oh, so you had both?
Yes.
Gardasil and Menactra that same day.
Oh my gosh. And your sister, they left her alone?
I can't believe it.
Thank God.
Thank God. She was 13. I don't know how, because I could, and she's a gymnast. She's the most active. She couldn't have handled it. This kid is much stronger. That kid can't even stand to sit still. She's a go, 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 doer, doer.
Yeah.
Thank God it wasn't both of them. I know so many parents now that have 2 girls injured. I couldn't take it. I'm a single mom now. As I was saying, her dad and I were in the process of separating, so that's why he took them to the doctor. I was packing. She came back. She said, you know, I got these shots. Why didn't you tell me I was getting shots? I said, I didn't think you were getting shots. She was a sports physical. And I looked at her. I said, oh no, you're a pediatrician, because we just changed doctors. Said, for you not to get this HPV Gardasil vaccine. And I remember reading something, the girls had died from this. So I immediately called the doctor, canceled the next 2. They tried to talk me out of it. I said no. I was actually kind of mad and crazy.
Yeah.
I've never acted like that about a vaccine. I don't know, maybe somewhere in my spirit I knew, but I was like, she absolutely will not have any more of these.
So you only had one?
Just one. And I watched her like a hawk that weekend, because I thought, okay, if she's going to have a reaction, she's going to die this weekend. That was the only thing I thought about a vaccine. You would maybe die. She slept for 2 days straight.
Could I just ask, do you think it's run, you know, I know we say it's a Gardasil, it's all these, but do you think it's a combination of both? She had both of those vaccines. That's a lethal combination.
Yeah.
Because you only had one,
Yeah.
but you had 2 vaccines that day.
Yes. Which, you know, we all know that now, we know that they haven't studied any of these in conjunction.
And they're both bad in their own right, and they both have very similar symptoms when someone's injured by one individually.
Yeah, and this is the cocktail they're giving to girls this age. It's the meningitis and HPV.
And sometimes the flu along with it.
And that was what they tried to give her little sister. Was all of 4 together.
It's a lethal cocktail.
Yeah. So I watched her all weekend. Wouldn't eat, very sick, almost like flu symptoms. And then she kind of got up and helped pack a little bit. And then she came to me one night and she said, Mom, she had a huge lump in her breast.
You did?
So we went to the ER. And they said, oh, we don't think it's anything. We'll keep an eye on it.
Well, it's normal to have a lump in your breast at age...
Yeah, at age 14.
Yeah.
After Gardasil. After Gardasil, it's normal for your whole body to go crazy. So we got moved. She was... I thought maybe it was the separation, you know, she was kind of subdued, but then she started with the headaches every day. I have a headache. Outside, we went outside and there'd be sunglasses on. Always she had sunglasses on.
typical reaction of the Gardasil we hear about these heads. Can you describe, if that's okay by you, Mum, could you describe what that feels like with these headaches that...
Okay. So I have different types of headaches. I have one of the ones that I've been having lately is the ones that start here in my temples, and it's dull, and then it goes to the center of my head, and then it'll go down my neck into my back and give me back pain. And they've been like that for maybe the past 3 months, that they've gotten really bad.
Behind her eyes.
Recently, still now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's not been one single day in 2 years that she has not had a migraine.
Oh, bless you.
When they get to 8s and 9s, you can see all the times we've been to the hospital here. When they get to 8s and 9s, we take her to the hospital.
So that's you, and 8 and 9 means you telling her how bad that pain is. And do you take anything for it?
I have, on some days it helps, some days it doesn't. It's that migraine medicine that she got me. It's not prescribed, it's just you get it at the
Excedrin migraine. Sometimes it helps a little bit, but not really.
And
they gave us all of
Yeah,
this.
I know. Well, I don't want to jump ahead, right? Because you're going to do that. Just,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I just want to so interested in because what you're actually doing, talking about your injuries, you're helping us with our children with their injuries who can't speak.
Right.
And so we, Billy used to thrash his head against the wall and the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Are these headaches? Can you imagine if you were one? Could you imagine not being non-verbal? Could you think that the pain you were feeling is something like the pain that these babies
Most
and things?
likely.
And
I feel it a lot in the back of my neck and here. Like right now I have a headache, obviously. I always do. And it's like it starts here and then it'll go here, and then sometimes it'll go in my eyes and then back through
She
my
can
eye.
hear whooshing in her ears sometimes too, just a whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, they
But
talk
it's
about the
so
noise in their
intense.
head.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you turned any music up, TV or whatever, she would turn that down. And it was like, whoa, she was just so mean. And this is not a mean kid,
Was it just unbearable? All sensory, everything sensory.
Sometimes light sensitivity still. It used to be really bad, but like when I'm at school, the lights at school really bother me, and when I get home from school, I just like have to turn every light off in my room and
Go to
just
It
bed.
just hurts.
Every
It's like
day
having
she
a
comes
permanent
off of-
migraine from hell.
Yeah, nonstop. That's what bothers me the most. It's
Yeah, that's
like,
worrying.
It's so unfair.
This is one Gardasil, one meningitis vaccine. Okay, so you're having, let's go back to when, so you get home, when do you start to feel ill? What's this procedure here? How long does it take you to realise something's wrong?
About 4 to 5 weeks after she started with all the weird complaints. And then we had 4 back-to-back tonsillitis. 4 times, back-to-back tonsillitis, headaches, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to noise. Went to the doctor. I said, could it be the shot? Absolutely not. That was out of her system in 48 hours.
Wait, so the shot is out of your system in 48 hours? What on earth are you talking about?
Yeah. And then the other went to my gynecologist, who I adore, because I thought, well, maybe he'll listen. And he said, well, even if it is, we can't suck it back out. And I thought, well, that's helpful. So he wanted to put her on birth control too, because periods were gone for 4 months, disappeared, and then came back with a vengeance. It's insane what the kid has to go through that week.
Have you still got problems with your periods?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is one of the biggest issues that we hear about.
I do.
Horrible.
Sometimes I'll have them and they're regular for 3 months. They'll be fine. Well, my periods are really long.
12 days,
12
14
to
days.
14 days.
Heavy.
Like really heavy. So that I have to wear like a lot.
Did they? So they tried to put you on the contraceptive pill. Did you go on it or not?
I was on it for maybe a week, but then my mom read some stuff about it.
Good for you, Mum.
Tossed it. She got very angry with me, but I tossed it.
I mean, I get you wanting to be on it, anything to stop the pain
Yeah.
and the nightmare of it all. But your mum actually did you a massive favour.
Yeah.
Okay, so carry on.
So, 4 to 5 weeks, initial symptoms started hitting, and then I remember sitting in the chair in the living room, and she came in from school, and we have a long hallway, and I watched her come down the hallway. She bounced from one to the other to the other. I thought she was drinking, like, almost. And I got up and I said, "Are you okay?" She's like, "I just gotta lay down." And she would come in from school like that, like it took everything out of her. She would say, the bus walk was from the Vaxxed van to here, and she would be exhausted to make that walk after school.
What was it like at school then? If you were bumping into things, were you doing that at school?
No, I'm not at school. I was trying to, even now, I try to keep it very subtle.
She's stoic. She doesn't want to be the sick girl. She lost friends, lost vacation opportunities because they said, you're not fun anymore. You have to eat weird foods, and you can't go outside, and you have to drink water all the time.
Okay, you don't need friends like that in your life. We'll find you some much better friends than that.
Friends.
So she's very stoic, and she doesn't want to worry me because it's kind of consumed my life to get my baby better. So half the time I don't think she always tells me how bad she feels until... So I know when she does, it's really bad. If she says it's a 7, it's probably a 9. You know, like... But I'm just at a loss because we have Medicaid, we have, you know, very limited income right now. We're stuck in a system that adds insult to injury. They hurt her and they can't fix her, and they won't even admit that it's been done. You know, I told the last doctor I interviewed, I said, if only so many girls are vaccine injured, could you have a unicorn in your office? Can you wrap your mind around the fact that maybe you have a unicorn here? I don't care. I don't expect you to sign off on papers saying, yes, it's Gardasil. I just want my kid better. I don't want my 15-year-old to tell me she wants to go to assisted living. I don't want my 15-year-old...
Okay, tell everyone about that, what you told me about assist. Do you mind if we just talk about that? Because it's really, I know this is a real invasion of your privacy.
No, it's okay.
But you are going to help so many girls and boys.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, one day when she was just really at her worst, she came downstairs and she couldn't make school, hadn't made school in a week. And she just looked at me and she said, Mom, is there an assisted living place for girls my age? Because I just need to go there. And it just like floored me. Like, what? You have your whole life ahead of you. You're Macy. You're the beauty queen. That's who you are. You are...
This is before the vaccine?
Yeah, this is the girl that does pageants. This is the girl that's, you know, so vibrant and vital and lights up every room she goes into, and you want to go to assisted living.
What was going through your mind when you said, had you just had enough of the pain? What was
I was just
that?
tired. I just wanted to be on, like,
I was 1 month before.
And if something ever happened, I had medical help right then and there. I was just tired of having to feel like that.
She had bunk beds with her little sister, and her little sister used to jump down in the middle of the night. I'd say, just check Macy when she was really sick. And you don't remember this, you remember some of it. We used to put a mirror under her nose to make sure she was still breathing. Because I just knew, especially because she would take her showers at night, and that's how I really found out it was Gardasil. She would take a shower and come out, she's like, I'm passing out, and she would turn yellow. I said, something's wrong. You don't pass out in the shower. That's the weirdest symptom in the world. And I looked it up, and bam, I found Kim Robinson's daughter's story. Mirrored Macy's. And I said, it was the damn Gardasil. It was the Gardasil.
You mean Hannah Robinson's story?
No, Kim, another girl from
another one.
You did a while back. Yeah, it was from Sane Vax.
Oh, right, okay. Can I look at this, please? This is just before, how long before?
1 month before. You see how her eyes...
Look at her there.
Now,
full of life, happy. Just... No, I can't really see very well.
And if you turn the page, you'll see a typical day of how she looked afterwards. All the girls, all the sparkle comes from their eyes.
So there's her in her pageant. And this is what happens afterwards.
The dark circles under their eyes, they just die.
What? So many questions. I don't even know where to start. How are we going to educate these parents? Because here's what's happening. Everyone has cancer in their family somewhere these days. And what they do is they get these children and they say, do you want to have cancer like your mother, like your auntie, like your grandmother, and of course they don't, and the parents don't. And then they say that this vaccine, this Gardasil HPV vaccine, will prevent them from having
they told her dad.
cancer, which is a big fat lie. And then they get sick, like Macy, or worse, they die, and it's not the vaccine.
No, they send her to psychiatrist after psychiatrist. They give her depression tests. And this last one, she was so angry. She said, if this woman gives me one more depression test, I'm at the happiest point I've ever been in my life. I'm popular at school. I have the best looking boyfriend. I just don't feel good. I'm not depressed.
So they're all like all the girls that we've heard and the boys, they say it's in your head. And did they shout at you until you were making it up? Okay,
No,
you were luckier than
they
some.
just
I think they knew I would have knocked them out by then. I was pretty adamant. We kept going back and getting the runaround. So finally I just went in and I said, I demand that my daughter get a POTS tilt table test. She has POTS. And the doctor said, oh, she doesn't have POTS. Let's just try this little test here at the office. Laid her down for 10 minutes, stood her back up. Sure enough, blood pressure, heart rate shoots up, both 40 points. You should have seen the look on her face. She couldn't believe it. So,
Can you explain POTS briefly to the people who may not know?
postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. It's where your autonomic nervous system just doesn't function correctly. Blood pools in your legs and doesn't get up to your brain in time.
And can you cure it?
No,
For life?
for life.
So your life is wrecked forever?
Yeah, forever. And it's a big reason for the headaches, the stomach pain, the dizziness, the nausea. She's on medication for nausea because she's nauseous all the time.
Did you know Maddie as well? The
Maddie.
Gardasil girl?
Last
Which-
name?
That she's died now. I don't know. I can't
Oh,
remember.
yeah. I knew her from the
Yeah.
group. Yeah, from the group.
Talk about these. Talk about this. Look at this, peeps. Look at this. See that?
That's only half. That's only the ones I filled. Most
See all
of
these
them I didn't even
prescription.
fill.
Look at all these prescription drugs. They're all different. Look at that, YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to the land of let's drug the crap out of someone with vaccine injury. Okay,
Of
talk
course,
about that.
Yeah, out of 15-year-old. Put her on pain medicines and everything they gave her either didn't work or I researched it and the side effects were exactly what she was already dealing with. And I knew that just didn't feel right to me. The only thing that's ever made her feel better was homeopathic stuff. Diet changes.
How long was she on all of this, and what is some of this? Is this all for what?
Topamax, Florinef, blood pressure, hydrocodone for pain.
This is their answer to vaccine injuries. First of all, it's not the vaccine. They're crazy anyway.
Lots of stomach medicines for GERD and acid indigestion
And this isn't all of them. This is just an
lots
example.
antidepressants for headaches, which I was like, absolutely not. That's not.
So this is why I think they do it. Okay, so I don't know what this is, but it says, you know, just on the side here, just to let you know that it's going to cause you dizziness and blurred vision. So when she does that, they'll go, oh yeah, that must be the drug. Let's try another one.
Yeah.
Anything but the vaccine.
Anything but the vaccine, exactly. And they just get very frustrated with me because I tell them no, that I'm not trying that. And so now we received this lovely.
Let me move all this out
Oh,
of my
sorry. These are all pictures of Macy in the hospital.
Let's
by
have a
the
look.
way.
I think people want to see this.
Lots and lots of hospital
No.
pictures.
There she is, looking just terribly sad. in
And
her
I
bed.
probably have 20 more of those. I just grabbed a few. I'm gonna bend this down just so it doesn't have our address.
I can't really see if I'm doing this right. Can you see that, peeps? How long do you think how many weeks have you spent in hospital through this vaccine? Or is it just lots
No,
of
it's
different
just
trips?
lots of trips.
Yeah.
Yeah. They never find anything to admit. They just treat. And the worst part is,
And if you're saying
they
that.
can never get a vein. So she has to get 6, 7, 8 pokes. And now they only take from her hand, which you can see, look at her veins on her hands now. How they're, you
Yeah.
can see how they're great big. This is not a hand of a 15-year-old girl. And there's scars. I mean, she just looks like sometimes like a junkie because she'll have just covered in pokes because they can't get.
What's this photo?
That is
Before or after?
after. Macy somehow manages to pull it together, and she can fake the funk better than anybody I've ever seen. She should be on The Young and the Restless.
Whoops.
She's still winning beauty pageants. She's still trying
Well, you
to
know,
live.
it's a great place to say when they say, and what do you think that, you know, what's your opinion on the world? And most people say world peace. You can then just say, oh, have you heard about the Gardasil vaccine? Let me just give you a few minutes.
It sucks. That's my opinion.
So, yeah.
That's my platform. So, anyhow, this doctor, they released us from care last week or 2 weeks ago. So we don't even have a doctor now. We're trying to find a doctor. Her sister was due for her 7th grade shots. So we brought her in, and they said, okay,
Wait, when's this?
This was a month ago. They said she needs HPV. This is the same doctor, mind you. HPV, the flu, DTaP, and Menactra or Brexero, which is even worse. I don't know if you've heard of that. 1,500 microgram aluminum.
And they wanted to give your sister this
all of that.
when they knew what had happened to you.
I lost my mind. I lost my mind. I said, are you kidding me? And they said, well, we know, you know, about the HPV. I understand you don't want to do that after Macy, you know, but the others are mandatory. I said, they are not. And she said, oh yeah, they're mandatory. I said, no, we have an exemption. And she said, but it's not really your religion, is it? And I said,
What?
excuse me? I said, yeah, now that I know what's in the vaccines, it sure is. When I was ignorant, it wasn't. And she left it at that. So being the fact that I've pretty much had to help diagnose Macy, and I've been a thorn in her side, and she hasn't been very helpful. And then I was crappy about the vaccines for her sister. And then she was on her 6th bout of tonsillitis, and they called me, and I kind of just wasn't very friendly to the nurse because I was just over it at this point. Macy gets 7 hydrocodone every 3 months. I break them in half or quarters just when she's at 7, 8s, and 9s on head. And I said, can you fill that prescription just until we can get to the pain clinic, because they've never given us our pain clinic referral. And they tried to act like we were drug-seeking behavior. And I said, lady, this is my kid. She's sitting here with, you know, she can't do anything. You can see she hasn't had anything since April. I'm not trying, and I just kind of went off and slammed the phone and hung up on her. So now she has to have several surgeries coming up.
What kind of surgeries?
Tonsillectomy. And another strange thing, and this is happening to lots of the girls, their teeth are going. She has 10 cavities. She's had 2 cavities in her whole life. She has 10 cavities in 1 year.
That's not just Gardasil, by the way, that's causing us. A lot of girls your age that are in that trouble.
Really?
It's other vaccines too, yeah.
They're-
I tell you, before she has her tonsils out or anything like that, off camera, we need to try a few more things. Not with me, obviously. I'm going to put you in
Okay.
contact with some other people.
Okay, yeah, because they have her scheduled, since she has POTS and EDS, they have her scheduled to go under general anesthesia for filling the cavities. Because when they filled 2, her jaw locked shut for 24 hours from TMJ.
No, this isn't happening. We're going to find you some help.
Please. I'm
I just
desperate.
know one person I'm thinking of right now. I don't know if this person will, but we'll do our best, okay?
I'm trying to have her do like oil pulling now so they don't get worse. Like, it's one of the worst things. Like, how is this crap now affecting my daughter's beauty? Like, how? It's bad enough she feels horrible, but now it's taking her, half of her hair's gone. Thank God she had a ton. Now her teeth, her skin. If I showed you pictures of what happened to her skin, and eczema all over, and her skin, and broken capillaries. It was, I should have printed those pictures, but she would have been embarrassed. But the
You
thing
are a
is that-
very beautiful young woman, very beautiful. We will do everything we can to get you some help. I'm so sorry this happened to you. We all are. Everybody's so sorry this has happened to you. It's just devastating. It's not okay, actually. It's not okay. You're very brave to say it's okay,
She
but
always
it's
says
not.
it's okay, Mom. It's okay.
Because
Mom.
she hates to see you cry. I get it. But it's not okay.
I cry all the time. I spend my life researching, and it's not mommy blogs. I'm looking at PubMed articles. I'm looking at med science articles. I'm learning terminology. Trying to find out how to help my kid. Like,
Wait, how many years ago is this?
2.
Have you filed with theirs?
Yes, we have a court case. We have an attorney, and that's another thing. So everywhere we go, we are flagged that we have a case. So no doctors want to touch us. This doctor, her cardiologist, this was really interesting. I just ordered her all of her stuff from cardiology for the POTS, and come to find out, they wrote that she has basal vaga syncope, which means if she sees blood or gets over emotional, she passes out. Not POTS, but yet she says...
So you're mad?
Yeah, but yet they gave her the medicine for POTS and the handout for POTS. But they know that we have a court case.
So wait, what's that thing called again? Vegas what?
Basal vaga syncope.
And that means what?
It's
Scared of blood.
And if you get emotional, you'll pass out, or if you see blood, or
That's
if
Bella.
something-
Bella Tommy has that. If she sees blood, she gets
And
emotional.
she's the opposite. She loves it. She wants to go into the medical field.
These people are a joke.
They're doing
okay, they are a
anything.
joke. We need to get you out of that and in with the good peeps. Okay?
Yes.
We've got to do that. We've got to do that. We've got to do that.
We need help.
You do need help. So anyone that goes, okay, so what's your name on Facebook? She's quite scary. You should have seen her with the trolls of Hannah Robinson.
Georgia Abernathy. on
Can I
Facebook.
spell that?
Georgia, just like the state. Abernathy, Abernethy.
Now, so people are gonna tell me these are just pictures of when
Macy, she was just a typical child.
she was beautiful. You still are incredibly beautiful.
But you can see how much hair she had. It's like that was pre.
Now, how's Dad doing? I know you guys have split up, but he must have some terrible demons in his head.
He does.
Too, that he was there that day.
And
He knows it's not his fault, doesn't he?
yeah, and I think he spent the first 6 months to a year in complete denial.
Yeah.
He didn't. I think he thought I was trying to say it to hurt him or something. And no matter what happened between him and I, he would never hurt this
No.
kid. In a million years, he would never hurt this kid. So I don't know why he thought that, but I think it was just the guilt. He couldn't stand the thought that he took her in and that this happened.
Now, you got an older sister, you say, or brother?
older
Younger,
brother.
and then an older brother.
And he didn't have the Gardasil because they convinced boys.
No, they
Thank
tried.
God.
Oh, God,
So does everybody in the family now completely understand the dangers of vaccines? Are we good?
no. Yes. We don't even vaccinate our dog now.
Have you told your older brother, how old is he?
17.
Okay, yeah. The one, this one
Yeah.
here. Okay, you need to give them a lecture on be careful who you have babies with. Start now.
Do I do that? They
Yeah.
all know, and they know
The
to go to
in-laws, everything. You check the
chiropractors.
whole lot out, okay?
Yes.
Go hang out with chiropractors or anything like that. Stay away from...
Do I say all this all the time? And I told them that if I die and I find out anybody's gone to a pediatrician, I will haunt them.
There you go.
And
See?
they know I'm pretty
I don't think
serious.
that we've got any worries with you. Okay, is there anything else you guys want to say? There's so much more to tell. We need to get you help. That's the
Yes,
most important thing here.
please.
People, if you can help, please contact on Facebook. I'm going to go and ask our favourite doctor if she can help. Oops, I wonder who that is.
And all of you know Norma Erickson from the Gardasil Symposium at Autism One. She has a very big Facebook group with all of us parents. I think we're about 4,000 now. We get 5 to 10 new moms out of the day.
Yeah.
There's so many of us, and I'm asking on behalf of all of us moms, if you could find out, ask Suzanne or Dr. Judy why these girls are coming back with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome diagnosis.
Okay, tell me what that is.
Hypermobility, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it's the hypermobility type, and it's a connective tissue disorder, and they're all, I'd say 30% of the girls are coming back with this diagnosis, and Macy has this too.
Yeah.
And it's just a connective tissue disorder where joints, that's why the TMJ for the,
Jaw.
and it's, I know Judy would know probably, but they're just saying you'll see us always when you have Judy or Dr. Suzanne on asking, please, why are the girls getting EDS? Because it's supposed to be a genetic thing that it's strange. So I don't know if they could clue us in on maybe why that is.
Okay, well, we can ask. All right, Macy, so anything else you guys want to tell the peeps?
Well, show her the
What?
doctor papers that we're showing me of.
Oh, this is just all the times Macy's been to. These are studies that I try to give to the doctors to show them I'm not crazy. I'm going to leave you that. That's what Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is, so you can.
People, you
ask
just need to
them.
know that while we're doing interviews out here, which we have to do, I can't see any of your comments, so you're going to have to do troll blocking if there are any. There we go.
Yeah, this is just a year's worth of medical stuff for Macy. And this is scribbling.
Have you got a good lawyer?
I think so.
Good,
I like
because you
him.
need to sue the crap out of them for what they did to you.
I don't think we stand much of a chance.
Yes, you do, because they're all our people out here going to pray big. That is
There
happening.
you go. Gardasil seems to be their baby, and they're pretty protective of.
How do you feel about the fact that they're giving this to little babies? So it's all being trialled out right now.
I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy the amount of stuff that's in just one of them is just going into a child. It's just
Much less
crazy to me.
Gardasil. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've even told you that they're doing that to babies now.
I
They're
actually
trialing
know
it.
that.
Well, it's just going to kill them. If they did
Yeah.
that to you,
At
one,
150
yeah, it's
pounds,
so going to
140
kill them.
pounds. Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
mass murder.
That's unbelievable. And the only reason I think they're doing it is because they don't have a voice. This kid could tell me, I don't feel good. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
A baby can't do anything and cry, and that could be interpreted as a bottle, or like they told me about Chase, colic, colic, colic. Switching formulas, switching this.
Do you ever feel burning in your limbs?
I
Yes.
do.
Because that's what we hear as well, don't we, peeps? The
I would come
burning.
in and she'd be doing this.
Like fire ants.
And
yeah.
I was like, what are you doing?
That's
She's like, my
horrible.
thighs hurt so bad. My thighs hurt.
It was always in my thighs. And I would just rub them until like I could get it to stop. I'd probably rub them for 20 minutes straight.
Trying to get it to stop. She'd go up the stairs and her heart rate would just be, and she'd be out of breath from going up the stairs.
Are you better now you're off all these drugs?
I am. I take a lot of just natural supplements now.
It costs a fortune.
It does.
You got nobody helping you
We
financially.
don't, yeah, no, I can't even make the rent this month. I mean, but her medicine is like, I mean, CBD oil, that stuff alone is $150, but it's one of the only things that makes her not hurt so bad.
Yeah.
And, you know, lots of vitamins and supplements, and I'm just lost. How do I help her?
Okay, well, people will help. This is what they're here for. It's a shame you're not going out on Facebook. People, please share this story back onto Facebook. They can censor us, but they can't censor you, or they shouldn't be able to. So please share this story everywhere, and anyone that can help, please, 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 I beg you, help. That's what we do. You're amazing,
I
and
just
you're
want my
beautiful.
baby back.
Yes, you do, and you deserve her back, and it's just barbaric that this happened. And I'm glad you saved your little sister. Thank God.
It's funny how they've all turned into, she's such a caretaker person, but they've kind of turned into a caretaker for her too. Like when she was first sick, I picked her up from a basketball game one day, and her brother was literally carrying her to the car. Do you remember that day? And her little sister's always checking on her because she's in the top bunk. She'll, you know, say text her, check on Macy, and we all check on you.
All right, Macy, we're going to get you some help. Come on, peeps, let's do what we do. Okay, they're sending you so much love and hearts. You'll be able to see this back on Periscope. Are you on Periscope? Okay, you need to get on Periscope so you can see this interview, okay? Okay, guys, we're coming off for a bit.
Thank you. I hope that went okay.